everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Brenda, and in this video we are going to spend some time together, maybe a couple of days, and I'm going to show you what it's like in my life having 9 dogs. So I work nights in a nursing home, and I just got done work. My nursing home I work in is about 40 minutes away, and so it is still a little dark. The sun is coming up, but I've made it home, and now I'm going to go in and I'm going to let all the little dogs out for a pee run. All right, we got all the Yorkies outside for a pee, and we usually stay out for a little bit with them. There's Cindy Lou and Beth. There's Richie. So we stay outside a little bit with them. And then I take them in, and then I let the German Shorthairs, Darla and Spanky, out for a pee. There's Kayla. She just went to the bathroom. There's Bethany right there. And I don't know if you can see, but right over there is Prim and Martha May. And right down here, well, there's Richie. He's playing with Bethany. And right at my feet, always, is Cindy Lou. And here's kind of a shot of the outside of my house. This summer, we are going to get the siding done on the garage. And then hopefully start just over the hill is where we're going to be putting well, it's not it's going to be like a dog kennel and a pool area. So we have a small not infinity pool. What is it called? It's almost like a treadmill pool. It's got jets on it, so the water keeps going, so you can swim in one spot. So it's kind of, I don't know exactly what it's called, but we got it from my husband's aunt. She had it for years and decided, to get rid of it because she wasn't using it anymore. And she gave it to my husband. So the plan is that the upstairs part of it will be the pool room, but we're going to have a full basement down underneath it. And I'm going to convert that into a kennel. But my kennel is going to be more looking like an apartment than a kennel. Like it will have a bedroom, a bathroom, a kitchen area, but it's going to be for the dogs. And it's an area for them that if we're away or if people come over, then the dogs can go in there and they're not such a burden in the house so much. And not that my dogs are a burden. I'll be honest, I like my dogs most of the time more than I like a lot of people. But it's more for, because I have so many. Like we have 9 dogs right now. So that down kind of over the hill is where that's going to go. So everybody has peed. Everybody's used the bathroom. And we're going to go in and then let the German Shorthairs out for their pee run. So we're all in the house, and this is Beth. Beth is the last one to come in, and she's the first one to be fed because she's a bit of a menace. She will just start going nuts anytime she sees foods. And she goes nuts in the form that she destroys things. She has put more holes in dog beds. Little dog beds, big dog beds. She's destroyed toys. She's destroyed padding and bed pads, crate pads. She's just crazy. So she's the last one to come in, and I carry her in. And then I grab her dish, which is all prepared in the fridge. I add her kibble to it, and she goes and gets to eat first. Then I get all the other dogs' food ready. Now, before I start getting any food ready, I have to let these guys out for their pee run. The first thing I do when I get the dogs' food ready is I set up all their dishes. So we have Spanky and then Darla. Then the next 2 little ones are for Prim and Cindy Lou. This one here is going to be to get what's her name, Beth's food ready for supper, and then the last two are for the babies. Now, if you're counting that, I am missing 2 dishes. Martha May and Hank eat pure raw, and these guys all get kibble with raw mixed in with it. Okay, so we have everybody's kibble done. The empty one is Bethany's because that'll be for tonight. And everybody actually eats different. Spanky is on a Victor food for puppies, and it is a high energy. I think it's called Pro Max, something like that, but it's for high energy. This one here is Darla, and she is on a Nook Shook 3025. Then we've got Prim, who's on a mature, Cindy Lou, who's on a weight management, and then the 2 babies are on puppy food. Then, of course, we have Hank and Martha May, who are on raw. Okay, so when I mix up my food, like I said, I put a little raw in it. But what I do is I have a serving of raw food. I have gloves on because I'm dealing with raw dog food. So I have a serving of raw dog food in this little container, and then I add some hot water to it, and I mix it all up and make it very thin and soupy like. So when I mix it up, I then pour some of it over top of their kibble. Except for Bethany, I pour a little in the empty dish so that she will have it and it will be all ready for supper tonight. Just because I have to feed her first because she's such a menace. Now, the only one that I really mix up is this one here. This is Darla's. So, sorry about that, but I mix hers up, and the rest, I just give them a little shake when I'm ready to give it to them. All right, everybody's eaten. I've picked up all the dishes, and I let the GSPs back outside for another pee run while I, myself, now get ready for bed. So that is it for our morning routine. When I work, I am now in my pajamas. I put the GSPs in their crates because when I go to bed, they need to be put somewhere. GSPs are the most loving dog you will ever meet. They love their people. They think they're giant lap dogs, but they have so much energy. It's unreal. And if I was just to let them run loose, they would destroy things because that's just what they do. They're a lot of fun and I love them to pieces, but they need a lot of discipline. And when you can't watch them when you're going to bed, like I will be in bed for several hours, my husband's not home, my son is not home, and so they get put in their crate. Now, my husband is a casual bus driver for school. He is driving a bus today, so when he's done his morning run, he will come home. They will probably stay outside and run and do things with him while he works around in the yard or works around in the house. So they will be out the whole time until he has to go back to work. By then, I will be getting up pretty soon. So they don't spend the whole day in their crate. They may spend maybe a couple of hours in there in the morning and then maybe an hour or so when, before I wake up when he goes back to do his last bus run. But anyway, I have put the babies in their play area and I'm going to take Hank and Bethany and Cindy Lou and Martha May. They all go to bed with me. So I'm off to bed and I will see you when I wake up. Good morning or afternoon or whatever it is. It is 1:30 and I just got out of bed. I took the dogs out, which literally took 2 minutes because they're not very impressed. I'll show you why I didn't take you along with me when I let the dogs out. I don't know if you can tell, but this is the weather. It is pouring rain outside and we literally weren't even out a minute and the dogs just went nope. So I've put down an extra couple of puppy pads. because they are not going to pee out in this. They all stood by the steps and said, we are not going outside to have a pee. My dogs absolutely hate the rain, hate it. And no one any more than Martha. Richie did go and have a pee, and I believe Hank did. Everybody else stood by the steps. Now, my husband is still home. He is actually getting ready to leave. He got home just as I laid down to go to sleep, so I did hear him. The dogs have been out the whole time since when I went to bed till now. He is now getting ready to go. They are in their crate because they are soaking wet. So they're going to spend a little time in the crate to dry off. I'm going to do some laundry and get dressed. And I'll see you guys a little later when, you know, I'm doing my next kind of chore or whatever with the dogs. So I'll see you guys a little later. Okay, we're back. I'm somewhat put together, but not completely, because I am going to bath the dogs. Now, this is Monday. Normally, I bath them on Friday. They didn't get done Friday. They didn't get done Saturday. They didn't get done yesterday. They really need a bath, so I am going to bath the dogs. Now, when I bath the dogs, I also do their nails and I trim their ears at the same time. But today is also a bigger day for the dogs because it is trim day. So all of my dogs that I feel that I can do are going to get a haircut because they desperately need haircuts. And it is starting to get a little nicer here. It's still kind of miserable on certain days. We can have a really nice day and then a bunch of cold days. We had snow a few days ago. Today it's raining, but we're going to get these guys trimmed for spring. The first dog I'm going to do is going to be Bethany. She really needs a haircut. She's not a show dog. She has almost show dog length hair. But first I start with their nails. And some dogs, I do their nails with the Dremel. This is my Dremel. It has a diamond bit on the top of it. And that's because I do so many dogs' nails. I do them every week. That just the sandpaper ones, I go through so many. Oh, just 1 second. Martha's trying to get on the couch. And then some dogs, I do clip their nails with toenail clippers. But Bethany is one that I do with the Dremel. So I'm going to do her nails. And then I will get her in the bath. So there's Bethany done. I just bath my non-show dogs in Johnson's baby shampoo. She's all done. I'm going to let her dry off for a little bit, and then I am going to trim her. So while she's drying off, I'm going to do another dog. But I'm not going to take you through the whole process of my non-show dogs. They just get normal bath. We do their nails. I do their ears. And then I'll give them a trim. So I will see you either when I'm trimming her or when I'm bathing one of my show dogs. Okay, I just finished up bathing Cindy Lou. So I have 2 non-show dogs done. But this is Kayla. Kayla's 7 months old, and she is going to be a show dog. So she has a different set of shampoo routine. And even this week she does, because every 3 weeks I do what's called a protein treatment. So I start off with Chris Christensen Clean Start. Then we move to T&T shampoo. Then we move to our foaming protein. And then last we do T&T conditioner. And each one of these stay on for a certain amount of time. So I also have my phone here, which I will put my stopwatch on and set an alarm. So the first one is Clean Start, and we scrub her down and we will leave it on for 3 minutes. Oh, sorry, but before we do that, we got to do her ears. Almost forgot. There, just a quick ear trim. My trimmer sounds like it's gonna die, so I'm just doing a quick one. So now we will do a Clean Start shampoo on her. Also on this trim day, which is usually every 9 weeks, I clean their anal glands. So I just cleaned her anal glands, and now I'm going to give my Clean Start a shake. Clean Start is a concentrated shampoo, so I put it in these mix bottles, and I will add it to her. She's trying to escape, which is normal for babies. Eventually, they get like everybody else, where they don't really care for baths, but they tolerate them. So I've got her all shampooed up. I'm gonna set my timer. I'm gonna set it for 3 minutes. This stays on for 3 minutes. If I can get this to 0. And now I'm gonna start massaging it in. Now I don't do a lot of rubbing. I don't want to damage her hair, but I do just kind of massage it in. Now I don't scrub her the whole time. Lots of time I just let her sit here and let the shampoo work on its own. Oh, there's my timer. So we're gonna rinse her off now. Okay, the next step is the shampoo, the Thick and Thicker shampoo. So we'll give it a shake because it is concentrated and it tends to settle. And I'm going to add this to her hair, and then this also stays in for 3 minutes. Okay, we've rinsed out the Thick and Thicker shampoo, and our third step is what's called foaming protein, and that is this. This is just in a regular jar or bottle just for control, because this is not concentrate. It is a concentrate, like it's quite thick, but you don't mix it with water. You use it straight. So how this works is it's a little different. You want to foam it up before you put it on the dog. So I take it and I will squirt a generous amount all over my hand like this. So there's quite a bit on there. Then I rub my hands together so I can get it to start foaming. As you can see, it's starting to foam. And then you add it to your dog and you work it in. And this stays on the dog for 5 minutes. So I'm gonna set my timer now, and it will stay on for 5 minutes, and then we'll rinse it off. You wanna make sure you get it in good in all the hair, because this is one that after you put it on, you let it sit. You don't keep rubbing it. Like with shampoo, I'll massage a little bit and let her sit for a little bit and then massage a little bit. But this stuff here, once you get it all in, you just want it to sit and work and do its job. It has been 5 minutes. We rinsed out the foaming protein, and now we are going to add the Thick and Thicker conditioner. So we'll give it a little shake, add it. Now this also stays on for 5 minutes. But while this is staying on, I massage it into their hair, and then I comb them. So this is the point where I comb them and see if there's any knots or snarls. It's best to do a dog, comb or brush a dog when its hair is wet, especially show dogs. You don't want to break their hair follicles. So we brush them and comb them when they're wet. So if I'm just doing it like a maintenance at the end of the day, I have a water bottle that I spray them down with just a little bit, just a mist, just to get them a little wet, and then brush them out. So let's set the timer for 5 minutes. I have my comb, and I will just start going through her hair now. Now she will probably have knots because of the weather we've been having lately. Actually, it's been quite nice, which means all the snow is melting and my driveway is muck. And her hair isn't long enough to wrap yet. So I haven't been wrapping it, and she comes in and their underbelly is so full of dirt. So I'm expecting there to be some knots that I don't pick up with the brush, but this is when I do it. So there's lots of conditioner in her hair. I do put probably what people would consider too much conditioner in their hair, but I also make sure I get it rinsed out very, very well. But I put a lot in because, like I said, this is when I comb the dogs. And as you can see, I'm meeting up with some snarls at the end of her hair, which isn't good because then you end up with broken hair. Now, a Yorkshire Terrier's hair is more of a hair. It's not a fur. It's comparable to human hair. So like human hair, you can get split ends. They also don't shed like regular dogs, and that's why they're considered an allergy-friendly dog, because they don't get the dander, because they have more of a human hair, and they don't shed. So you don't get the dander from them that you do from, you know, like a golden retriever or a Labrador retriever, or my German Shorthairs that I have. They have short hair, but they shed. And I'm telling you, with those German Shorthairs, oh, sorry, baby, I'm pretty sure that they only shed white. I'm sure that's not true, but that just seems to be what I clean up all the time from them. So, so I'm going to continue to this. Her hair's not too bad. I'm getting a little resistant at the end, but it's not that bad. But I also do their hair every night, and I put a foaming protein in it. Not a foaming protein, sorry. A silken protein in it every night, so that it helps with this, you know, the split ends and stuff. I'll do the other side now. Well, that's it. That's what we do for our show dog's bath. Now, like I said, I don't do this bath every week. I do this bath every 3 weeks. On the weeks that I don't do it, I do just a shampoo and conditioner. And it is a Chris Christensen product. Use your words, Brenda. I use it's called, I think, Miracle Moisture Shampoo and Miracle Moisture Conditioner. I have to double check that, but I think that's what it's called, that I use on my regular weekly baths. But it's the same thing. The shampoo stays in for 3 minutes, the conditioner 5 minutes. I groom them, or I brush them, comb them while they have the conditioner in. So she is all done up in a towel. I have one more thing I have to do. I'm going to put some silken protein on her hair, and then she will air dry. I don't use the blow dryer on them because the little ones get so scared. They are getting more used to it because when I do my hair, they come running over and we kind of make a game and play with it. So when I do start using the blow dryer on them, then they're more used to it. I know that's a bit controversy. People will say that I should be using it when they're little, but they are so scared of it that I gradually use it on them. And the only time I really use it on them at all is when it's a show weekend, when I need them drier faster. So we're going to let her dry off a little bit, put some silken protein in her hair, and then I'm going to trim Bethany because it's been a little bit and she's probably ready to be trimmed. Well, there's Bethany. She's all trimmed. She looks so much different. Her hair was so long. She is so darn cute. Huh, oh my gosh, Bethany, you are just the cutest thing. That's Richie. He still needs a bath, but we're taking a break right now. And I'll probably take these guys out in another half an hour or so. Try to get them to go out to pee. It is still raining really hard here, but Bethany's haircut turned out so good. She is just so darn cute. Now, Bethany has just also come into season, so when she's ready, we will be breeding her, and we will have puppies, you know, after we breed her in around 9 weeks. So that's kind of exciting that Bethany's going to have her first litter of puppies. Good morning. It is Tuesday morning. I just got home from work. I worked the night shift last night. I've already taken the Yorkies out, but as you can see and probably hear, it is another miserable day. It's not raining as hard as it was through the night, like it downpoured through the night, but it is really, really windy. So when I got home, I took the Yorkies out right away because it had kind of settled a little bit and I was scared it was going to start pouring again and I wanted to get them out to pee. So I didn't tape that, but I have the GSPs out here right now and I will show you them. So there is Spanky right there. Darla's actually up in the yard. And I'm going to leave them out for a little bit. I'm going to go get everybody's food ready. And then I am going to bring them in and let them eat. Then let them back out again. So let's head in because it is really rainy, really wet. And I'm not even sure if you can hear me because of the wind. So I'm just calling the big dogs back in. They had their breakfast. I let them out. And they're running down the driveway. Here comes Spanky. Good boy, Spanky. Good boy. Next is Darla. Get down, Spank. Good girl. So the big kids are in their crates. I have put the little ones in their play area. I have to change my shirt because Spanky jumped up on me and he had muddy paw and now I have a big paw print on my shirt. So I am going to change and get ready to go to bed, and I will see you when I wake up. Well, I'm up. I've actually been up for a little while. It's 4 p.m. right now, and I woke up around 1:30. I took the dogs out. I didn't film anything because I hurt my back last night, and it wasn't really bothering me too bad, but when I got up, it was really sore. And with my sore back, it is actually affecting also my left leg. It's a little sore to walk on. So I've got the dogs back out again. My hair's a mess. Still in my pajamas because I literally got up, brought the dogs out. My husband was still home, so he helped me get the dogs out. And then I've just been sitting on the couch because my back is bothering me. So I don't know how much I'm going to film today because I don't know how much I'm going to do today. After I take these guys in, I'll let Spanky and Darla out, and I will show you Spanky. It was 4 weeks ago today that Spanky hurt his foot. So if you haven't watched any of my shorts, but 4 weeks ago, Spanky was out with my husband just kind of running around and playing like they normally do. And one of his toe pads on his back left leg, he like split it right down the middle and ripped half that pad off. I don't know how he did it. I was actually sleeping. My husband didn't see him do it, but there was a lot of blood. And it bled for like 3 days where it just wouldn't stop. And it took forever to heal. And it's really only been the last week that that pad has healed enough that we actually let him have his normal life again. Because for really the first 2.5 weeks, probably closer to the 3 weeks, he didn't leave his cage unless he was going out to pee because we tried to wrap it, he'd chew it off. If we put a cone on him, we couldn't put it on in his crate and he'd chew it off. It was just a nightmare. So he was literally crate jailed, that's what I called it, for almost 3 weeks because we needed that foot to heal, and because it's so muddy now and so dirty, and I was worried about infection in that foot. So he'd go out and play. I would bring him in. I would clean his foot every time, and I would spray. I have an antibacterial spray that I use. It has lidocaine in it as well to help with a little bit of pain. I would spray it down every time he'd go in and out. And there was nothing we could do as in vet wise because he ripped it off. So there was like, couldn't stitch anything because there was nothing there. But it took a long time, and it has finally gotten to the point where we just let him go. I do still wash it out, but not until night because it still has a bit of a pinhole. Like, it's not much, but I wash it out and I spray it, well, actually first thing in the morning and at night because he's out running and playing all day. He's putting weight on it now. He's not limping on it. It's looking really good, but it took a long time. So I'm going to stay outside with these guys for a little bit. And then I will show you Spanky and Darla. And then I don't know what I'll do later. That might be it for today because I'm just going to rest my back. I am supposed to work tonight. So we'll see if I get there or not. But I'll see you in a little bit with the dogs. So I just want to show you what part of my driveway looks like. If you are not on the main part of my driveway, if you're on, like, we have like a loop. So if you come down the main part of the driveway, it's quite solid, but I have terrible drainage here. And this is what this part of the driveway looks like. And anywhere where there's lawn, it is so sopping wet. Yeah, the drainage here is horrible. So anytime it rains or in the spring, this is what I deal with. So this part of my driveway and up through, it's pretty solid. It's still wet, but it's spring. So, oh, there's Richie. It's spring. But if you come over here to like my whole lawn area, as you can see right here, there's a lot of water. And it's not just because, you know, we do have like a mound hill with some bushes on it. But that was done on purpose so that the water wouldn't continue to keep going down towards the house. It was kind of stop it. But even out there, like when I walk out there, when I walk, you can hear it like slush. You know, you get the slushy sound when you walk on it because it is so wet. Yeah, the drainage is just, it's not great here. And here comes my baby. Don't you run through that. Yeah, this is the worst part. There she is. Good job, Kayla. So there's Hank and Kayla and Richie out here playing, and you can see all of this water. And I just literally bathed all of these guys yesterday, and now they're going to be muddy and wet. So, you know, I still bath them every week, and then I wonder why I bath them every week. So I've put the Yorkies in and let the short hairs out, and there they are. And as you can see, Spanky is the one that has more white. Of course, he's the male. He's 10 months old, and he's bigger than Darla. Darla was 2 years old in February. But he hurt that back left foot, cut his toe pad, and ripped half of it off. And as you can see, he's putting weight on it. He wasn't for the first 3 weeks. Like it was pretty bad. He still has a bit of a limp, but there is a little pin. Oh, he's having a pee. There is still a little pinhole. There's Darla. So he does have a little pinhole still there. But as you can see him going right there, he's probably got to have a poop now. But, oh, he's such a nice looking dog. And now just to keep him healthy, because I do have him entered into a dog show. Not for another, I guess it's a month and a half. But he's doing better. So that's a good thing. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday. I didn't record anything yesterday. I didn't do anything yesterday. My back was so sore yesterday that I literally sat on the couch, did some computer work that I had to do, and that was pretty much it, other than taking dogs out. I didn't do anything. My back was bothering me. It still is. and I just took a rest day yesterday. But today we have to go into the city because I need dog food. But first, we're going to go over to Calais, Maine, and we are going to get gas. So I'm going to show you the comparison of the gas on the Canadian side and the gas on the American side. So let's head into town to get some gas. So I'm in Calais, Maine right now, and the top price on this gas sign is what it is in American per gallon. The bottom price, which is $1.31, is what it is in Canadian per liter. Because they get such a large amount of business from Canadian customers, because we're right on the border, they do post the price in Canadian per liter. So if you're ever in Calais, Maine and you need gas, come to one of these gas stations, which is right through the St. Stephen border. There's two side by side. They're called Hardwicks. Go in. But when you buy gas, use Canadian money because they will give you a better exchange rate than the banks do. Don't use your Visa and don't use your debit card. Bring Canadian cash. So these are the prices. $1.31 Canadian per liter. I'm going to fill up, and then I'm going to take you over to the Canadian side and we'll look and see what the price is at the Irving. All right, I am now in St. Stephen, New Brunswick, which is Canada, and I'm not sure if you can see this sign very good. I can't get any closer to it, and this is as far in as I can zoom, and my windshield is very dirty, so I apologize for that as well. But it says in Canadian, it's $1.65 in Canadian for gas, so that's about 34 cents a liter difference. Now, like I said, the American side does post in Canadian funds. So what you see posted in Calais, Maine is what you're paying in Canadian funds. So in comparison, it's 34 cents a liter difference. And when you're filling your car, that's quite a bit of a difference. So the American side gets a lot of business for gas. And when I went over, there were 3 other cars there getting gas, and all 3 of them were Canadians. I made it to Fredericton, and I had a couple of packages I had to ship on the bus to Cape Breton, and I literally just made it in time. And I wasn't like in a hurry to catch a certain bus, but there was a bus here. I went in, and the lady at the desk said I had like 5 minutes to get the packages through to get on that bus. And so I was like, oh, okay. And we got the paperwork and everything done. And they're on their way. So now we are going to head to get me a bag of dog food. I need a bag of puppy food. So let's head to Global. My next stop is Costco, and this is going to be my last stop. I just came up to get dog food and to drop those packages off, so it is going to be a quick trip. But in Costco, I will be looking for my raw dog food. I buy it here at Costco. I need garbage bags, and I'm going to look at their clothes because I need a pair of black dress pants. And honestly, most of my clothes come from Costco. So, and I also need a new pair of like regular outdoor sneakers. So I'm going to see if they have any of them as well. So let's head into Costco. Okay, I found these Reeboks runners. They're size, I think size 8. They're only $50. I did try them on. Here they are. And I think I will get these for my everyday shoes because they're only $50 and they felt pretty good on my feet. And that's it for Costco. I did get everything I wanted. I'm not sure about those black pants. Wasn't completely crazy about them. There was another pair that I liked the material better, but they were wide leg, and I'm short. I'm only 5'2". So for me to have a wide leg pant doesn't look good at all. But I did like the material better. So I bought the black pants. If I don't like them, I'll bring them back. I did buy a couple of things that I hadn't planned on, but they're things that I would need eventually, and I know I need them. So they had large Ziploc bags on sale, and next month, if I end up going to Florida, trip announcement coming soon. So if I do end up going to Florida, I need these large Ziploc bags. Plus, I don't have any at home, and I do use them. They were on sale, so I bought them. I also bought a bag of potting soil. It is a couple of weeks away from Easter, and we don't do a whole lot in my house for Easter. My kids are all grown. My son is 20, but my husband is a plant person. I am not. Inside of my house looks like a jungle, but he loves plants. And I bought him a big bag of potting soil because I know he buys a lot of it. And he was actually looking for some a couple of weeks ago when we were up here. So I bought him that, but that's for Easter. I bought dog treats because I can go through dog treats like crazy. I think I buy them every time I come to Costco just because we use a lot of them. I got anything else that I bought wasn't planned. Oh, bras. I have a couple of bras that look like they're older than me. Not really, but it's time to replace them. So they had bras on sale. So I did pick up a package. And that is about it. Oh, I did stop at their takeout and I bought a slice of cheese pizza and a cookie for lunch. It is currently, oh, I don't know what time it is. Just let me peek here. What time is it now? Sorry. It is currently 20 to 1 and I haven't eaten yet today. So I got a slice of cheese pizza and a cookie at the takeout. So that's it. That's it for today. And I'm going to head home, take the dogs out, and probably do nothing for the rest of the day because my back is feeling it a little bit. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Good afternoon. It is Friday, and today is the first day of spring. And it's kind of feeling like it. It's actually beautiful out. The sun is shining. It's a little windy, so that's a little chilly. But it is so nice out. And the dogs are loving it outside. I'll show you. So there's Hank and Martha May and Bethany. Right there's Richie coming up behind Kayla. And out here is Prim and Cindy Lou. Now I can hear the two Shorthairs in the house kind of crying. When I left you yesterday, I had said I wasn't working and I was going to come home and just chill and rest, which is what I did. I came home, brought the few things in, sat on the couch, was just chilling. I had my workplace then text me and asked me if I'd work last night. And I said yes. Probably shouldn't have, although I feel the same today, a little sore. But I have an appointment today for a massage, so I'm going to go do that. But I just got up and it's 1 o'clock now. My appointment for my massage is at 3. But when I came home from work today, our little pond up by the front of our house is completely frozen. And actually we got a little dusting of snow, but because it's so nice, it's all gone now. But we did have a little dusting of snow last night. And I pulled in the yard and we had a friend come back. And when I leave to go to my appointment, I'll show you our friend who has returned, who's pretty much a family member. They have been coming for, I don't know, at least 10 to 12 years. So I was so excited this morning. So coming home, working the night shift and coming home, seeing that made my day. So I'll show you that. You may have already figured it out, but I will show you. But right now I'm going to finish my little walk with the dogs. The dogs really like these two apple trees. And he's not up here. But most of the time, oh, he's coming. He's coming running. Richie always beelines it for these trees. Now, as you can see, all the snow is melted and there's a whole bunch of like rotten apples up here, but there's Richie right there. But Richie, every time he has a minute, will come beeline it for this tree. Well, I'm a little disappointed. When I left for my massage appointment, my friend that comes every year to visit me wasn't here. Now, I'm just getting home now from my appointment, and he's still not here. So, I can't show you him, but he was on the island, and it was our Canadian Goose. So, every year for the past, like, 10 to 12 years, we've had these two Canadian Goose show up at our house every year and stay in our little pond that's right over here. And when I got home this morning, there was one sitting on that little island. I was so excited because last year they were here at the beginning of the year. And I think because we have the two German Shorthairs, they left and they never came back. And they used to stay and they would raise their babies here. And it was so much fun to see the little babies grow up and become Canadian geese. And we've really enjoyed them for the past years that they've been here. So I was so excited, but he's not here right now. But also, the pond is frozen. So he may have gone across the road. There is a huge pond, and it's called Cranberry. I believe it's called Cranberry Pond. So he may be over there. But it was pretty exciting to see him. I did take a picture of him this morning, so I'll insert the picture that I took. I'll insert it here. So that was him this morning, and yeah, I was pretty excited this morning, but he's not here now. So anyway, I know he's back, so that's a good thing. So I think I'm going to end this video here. As you can see, my life with my dogs is not really all that exciting. We get up, we eat breakfast, we come out, we do our, daily things like everybody else. So, with that being said, do everything in love, and I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye now.